Okay, you have bought a lovely, beautiful Skywatcher Heritage 100 millimeter telescope. Beautiful colors. I wish they had this color for the refractors, a little golden also, something like that. But anyway, it's a very beautiful telescope. It's a very capable, better than whatever I could have when I was a kid. And it has a very good mirror, I must say that. And the image you get with this is quite sharp. The thing is that the telescope has a F number, which is only 4. That means it's a fast telescope. It gives you a very wide angle view. But if you want to watch objects which are like a moon or Jupiter and you want to see more details on them, it's better to have a telescope which has a higher F number. Higher F number means, what is F number first of all? F number is the focal length of the telescope. So the light path from here to here, which is 400 millimeter, divided by the aperture of the telescope. So aperture of the telescope is 100 millimeter. F number, the focal length is 400. 400 divided by 100, both of them are in millimeters, gives you the number of F4. You can actually increase the F number if you reduce the D, the diameter. So if I can by one means reduce the F number, the D number, I go with a lower, a higher F ratio, and that helps me to actually see more details on the moon, better details or more stable, richer, sharper, crisper, and the planets. It practically makes it a slower telescope in the astronomical terms. This is a fast telescope. The F number is low. If I can make it to F number 10 or 20, 19, I can make it to be slower, and that means makes it practically a planetary telescope also. There is a aperture stop here, but this is at the center, and this obstructed by the central obstruction here, the primary, secondary mirror here. So if you want to avoid that, we can make an off-center circle like the one that is here, and for that I will show you how to make one. I will show you. Okay, this is telescope actually on a beautiful Dobsonian. I bought this telescope for just the Dobsonian mount to it, but the telescope itself is really good quality. Let me dismantle it and I will show you how to do it. Okay, as you can see, I have now the telescope optical tube assembly separated from the Dobsonian mount. I must say I have two of this telescope because of this Dobsonian mount. I use it with my other refractors, and one of them is actually on this one. So it's a very good versatile Dobsonian mount, and it's worth every penny that you spend on this. So I'll put the Dobsonian mount. I don't need it at the moment. I just go for the reduction of the aperture to make the F number larger. So we go ahead with that. So for this purpose I need a piece of card. My card was really odd shaped. I already cut pieces of it. So I joined two pieces of it together to make it equal to the circle of this telescope. Okay, I now remove the cap of the telescope and I put this over this circle. I'll show you. Okay, I'll put it upside down on the piece of card. I give a little bit edges around it so it will not be exactly touching the edges, because I want to use these edges for making the rim around it. Okay, first I go for marking this circle. Okay, I use a pencil or a pen to mark this circle. Okay, it's better that of course your card be black or dark. In this case this is blue, so black is better even. So I have marked the circle. Now I can cut it, but before cutting I want to leave some straps. So I'll put this kind of squares about 1 centimeter. You don't need to measure it, just by hand is enough. Something like that. And I fill around it with this strap so I can later turn them, fold them, and attach the rest at the edge to it. So now I have made all these square shaped markings around the edge. Okay, now I'm going to make my off-axis aperture. For this, I will use this circle. You can use a coin or anything. This is, I think, around 35 millimeter. It should not reach the center. If it reaches the center, it will be, again, it comes in the secondary mirror blocks a part of it. So it should be smaller than 30, 35, 30. You can adjust it, of course. You can make it a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. You can have several of these to put it on your telescope to see which one actually is better. For different brightness of the objects, for moon and for planets, you can use different aperture stops. And let me now do this. I'll put a circle around here. It should be touching the edge here, almost. And I will now put the circle there. Okay, I have now drawn my circle and I will remove it. So what I have to do now is to, with the scissor, to take this part out. And then I take all these spaces between these edges out also. I will show you the result. Cutting this with a scissor, you can make a hole in the middle or somewhere in the middle. And then from there, make your way toward this and then cut the circle. Okay, as you can see, I've not cut it and I just left the last bit to show you how it is. Now I cut that last bit also. Okay, I've cut the last bit and I remove it now. I have now my off-axis field stop, off-axis aperture stop here. And now I cut the rest of the stuff. I will show you. Okay, you can see what I'm doing now, okay? And I'm cutting this, and when I'm finished, I will turn them this way and join them with a piece of paper all together. So they will go like that on the telescope tube. Okay, now the aperture stop is finished, almost. The only thing is that when you are here at this area, it gets thin. One way of avoiding this is just to put your circle a little bit away from the edge. But here I made that mistake. But anyway, I gave a little bit thickness out of the circle, as you can see. So I didn't exactly went on the line. I just moved a little bit out of it. So at this stage, the aperture stop is ready. You can just sellotape it on the top. But if you want, you can just bend these edges, all these edges. I will show you. Okay, you can bend all the edges as I've shown here, and join them with a strip of this cardboard. I've run out of it, so if you have one for yourself, a little bit left, you can do it. You can do it with a different color material. It doesn't need to be the same color. And then what you will do, you put it like that on your telescope. At this stage is ready. You can just sellotape it. Just put one sellotape here, one sellotape here. You can remove it when you don't use it. But I recommend you build that edge so it will be something easy to remove and put without damaging your beautiful artifact. Handicraft. So that's it, ready. Now I have a off-axis aperture stuff. My F number is yet the same. Focal length is 400. But my diameter of the aperture, the opening, light gathering opening, is almost half or less than half. This was 100. This is now probably 3 or 4 centimeter. So 400 divided by 40, 4 centimeter, 40 millimeter, that means. 400 divided by 40 is 10. Now I have a telescope which is F10. The F number, focal ratio number, focal length divided by aperture opening makes it 10. So it's very slower telescope. Is very good for viewing the planetary surfaces, for moon, for other things. So because it's practically, you have reduced the glare, the excess light that may dazzle your eye, or hide the details that you want to see in the lower light, just make a little reduction in the light. That makes it possible. You can make several of these. You can make it smaller than this. You can make it a little slightly bigger. And if you make 2 of these, actually you can use that 2 apertures for achieving the most accurate focus for yourself. You have to practice on that. This is another issue that you will learn. But at this stage, this is ready. You can just sellotape it here, sellotape here, or as I mentioned, use a cardboard band here, piece of cardboard, something around here, to join these tabs and make something like this that you can put it on and lift it at your own will. That's done. Now you have a full aperture stop.